His eyes are watering. Oh man, I can taste that.
I taste shit.
Stand there. We're doing an interview.
It's Taco Bell.
Act professional.
Okay, that's Jeffrey. Why would you do that right before the interview? I look serious because we're about to go. I have it right? I got to make sure you guys match up with my notes.
Oh man, I should have saved it.
For the
yeah, I know, man.
How do you guys feel about the
For maximum impact.
There's a moment of silence in it.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, this is Mike Lyon with Your Music Magazine. Today we're here with 5150. It's Sunday, January 30th, 2011. We're in the Your Music Magazine home office. I'll be hosting this interview off camera. All right, we're going to start off with brief introduction. We'll start with Chris on drums. All right, what kind of drums you play?
I play a Mapex kit, Zildjian cymbals.
Zildjian, okay, cool. And who are some of the musicians that you admire?
I would say some of my favorites are probably Chris Adler, Lamb of God, of course, Lars, Metallica. Anybody fast, anybody that plays hard, love it.
Right on. How long you been playing?
I've been playing for about probably 8 years or so.
How about past bands? What other bands have you been in?
I played in Eczema, Ricketts, and Facade was the last band that I was playing in.
Right on. Okay, next, Eric, guitar?
Oh, yeah.
Shredder?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Anything shred, I'd get down on it.
There you go.
Want me to talk about influences and all that stuff?
Yeah, let's hear your influences.
Basically, just like Metallica, Megadeth, really into Trivium, Black Dahlia Murder, John Petrucci, Joe Satriani, Paul Gilbert's a big influence on me, so basically, yeah.
Cool, what's your gear? What do you play?
Right now, I just recently got a new 5150 PV head, playing that through like a pretty crappy cab. I play through a Jackson Kelly with an EMG 81 pickup and a Lexi LTD guitar.
Right on, what's your motto?
My motto?
Yeah.
Nice. My motto is go hard or go home. Not ready to go home yet. So.
Wow, I like that.
So he's going hard.
Yeah.
Diamond Dave on guitar.
Yeah, I'm also the vocalist too.
We don't like to talk about vocals.
Oh, that's
No.
good.
Guitar and vocals. Influences.
Influences. My influences are actually older bands like Carcass. Even though I consider like Children of Bottom even an older band now, but like I love Children of Bottom. Alexi's awesome. You know, and then there's the classic stuff like Ozzy and Randy Rhoads and Dimebag Darrell. Yeah, get closer to me.
You got to be in the video, man.
Yeah, Alexi Liejo, Dimebag Darrell, Randy Rhoads.
Nice, Randy Rhoads. And then, what's your gear? What do you play?
I have a ton of amps, but for my guitars I've been playing ESPs. Well, obviously I can't afford an ESP, so they're all LTDs. But I have an 8-string LTD that I've been trying to learn how to play, and I've been like butchering shows because I bring it to the shows and like forcing myself to learn how to play that fucking thing. Are we allowed to swear on this?
Under pressure, yeah. You can swear as much as you fucking want.
That's awesome. No, and then I got...
You can show your titties or whatever, man. We don't care.
Shit yourself is that.
But please don't.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn how to play an 8-string. I always bring a backup 6-string. I run EMG active pickups all the time. I love tube amps. Won't play anything if it doesn't have a tube in it. That's about it.
Cool. If you could be endorsed by anyone, who would it be?
It would definitely be ESP. So I love their style, the way they roll.
You got all the free ESPs you want, right?
I don't know. I think they give you like $10 off a custom ESP, which is still way out of my price range. But yeah, it would definitely be ESP.
Masaki, bass. Is that right?
That's right.
Who are your influences?
It's kind of hard to say because, you know, for me, I'm always into one band at a certain time of my life. So, like, I'm kind of really into, like, one record in one time of my life. So, you know, it kind of changes throughout. You know, I've been really obsessed about certain bands, you know, in certain points of my life. So
what CDs are you listening to right now?
Right now, you know, because I was originally a guitarist for this band, so it's kind of strange when you switch to bass. It's kind of a new breed or something like that. So, you know, I knew before that the Mudvayne bassist was really impressive with those techniques. So I've been listening to a lot of them recently.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of thing.
Cliff Burton.
Yeah. Of course,
What do you
Metallica. Yeah, you can't really.
You can't ignore that.
In 5150, you have to have some sort of Metallica influence.
Right.
You guys sound like the earlier raw Metallica. I would say. Is
I
that a
don't
good
think that's what we sound like.
No?
Everyone always says they sound like they're kind of.
No, we don't sound like that.
Not the vocals. What do the vocals sound like?
Yelling. You can check our videos on Facebook. We finally posted some of our Johnny V show last month, which was a sweet show. We're doing it again this month, or February 20th. We're gonna pack that shithole.
Yeah.
Johnny V's.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, with your recordings, I was listening to some that you had on Facebook. You were saying that's a 3-song demo that you guys had done.
Yeah, that was the intent. We never actually did like cover art or anything. We've just been like Xeroxing them by the millions and handing them out for free at every show.
Right.
It's been right when we started doing it, like nobody even wanted a demo, and now when we go to shows, like all like 40 or 50 of them that I make will be gone.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't even ask people to take them anymore. They're just like gone. And I think somebody in the band might be taking them from me and hiding them to make me feel good.
Well, the recordings sound really good.
Album in the works this year.
Definitely.
As soon as I get my tax return.
That's the plan. Yeah.
Get my
You got a plan, right on.
get
Where are you
my
gonna
personal-
record?
Get our personal life out of the toilet and put it in the album.
We're going to be recording with Steve Murr from Steve Murr Productions. He does
Again.
an awesome job. He's like, it's weird because he records like a lot of pop, but I've talked to him so many times that he's like a full-blown like metalhead. He knows every little thing about metal, so recording with him.
And he recorded the other 3 songs?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, yeah, really. I mean, he did a really good job. I can hear all the different instruments, really prominent, but nothing's, kind of overbearing.
Really good
It's,
on the drums.
mixed well.
They did.
Yeah, they did an excellent job on the drums.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, everything sounds really crisp.
He had like 10 mics in that room when they were doing the drums.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no shit, like 10. I mean, it was ridiculous.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the key. So you guys are going back in there.
Yeah, you impressed us last time. You're going to impress us this time, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're going to do a full-length CD?
Full
You're going to
length.
package it and
Yep.
do the works?
The works, no matter what it takes.
Right on. And then who wrote Take It From Me?
That was one.
Lyrics.
That's me.
Yeah.
That was back when I was pissed. I mean,
What's it?
take it.
From me.
It means different stuff for every person that hears it. But me, the reason I wrote it is like I go to fucking work every goddamn day. I just get fucking taxes, speeding tickets, DMV fees. Every fucking thing costs money, and all I do is work to pay for all this shit, and it pisses me off. That's what it means to me, and that's what it talks about, like rape, like because you don't want it to fucking happen, but it happens anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's rape.
And you just have to bend over and take it, right?
Yeah, you don't have a choice. But hey, we're weekend warriors, so if you wanted to know, that's my take on it. A lot of people think it's actually like sexual, which I think is kind of disturbing. But I mean, it could be since it,
How about the music? Who writes the melody lines?
It starts
that,
mostly with.
For the earlier stuff, it was me, Misaki, and Chris. We wrote those 3 songs that are on the demo, and then we added Eric, and now we're writing stuff way faster and way more melodically. Like we do 3rd harmonies a lot, 4th harmonies, 5th harmonies, arpeggios.
Okay.
Eric actually taught me all the arpeggios, so
Yeah.
I mean, like he's a big influence.
John, did you do any schooling or?
Most of my stuff was
Self-taught?
always self-taught, and then I went to a teacher for like about a month. He basically taught me how to like do solos and all that stuff. So took that, ran with it, started learning a shitload of songs. Came up with these guys. This guy was writing stuff that sounded really cool to me, so went along with that. I was basically more into like the thrash, more fast, Metallica, Kill 'Em All, and all that stuff. So that's what came out.
It's funny because on the Craigslist ad where I picked this guy up, like I was like looking for a guitarist, and I basically said like nothing about like music. I was just like, I hate people that wear backwards hats. You know, I hate
That was your ad.
I hate Limp Bizkit. I hate poser metalheads that never play solos. And this guy hits me up and he's like, dude, I hate that shit too. And like, what do you know? They got nothing to do with the music. Like, just being pissed at people, and then he hit us up. So it's a relationship that's built on, you know, trust and mutual understanding.
Hatred.
And hatred.
Definitely
Other
hatred.
people, we share hatred, yeah.
What do you think about the Bay Area metal scene right now?
Eric, you probably have most to say about that.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about the metal scene, Eric.
Well, you know, coming from San Jose, California, you know, it's weird because there used to be a big metal scene from what I've heard when the Cactus Club, I've never been inside of it, but I heard it was like really huge, but then it kind of died out when that place got shut down. Then there was like this overflow of hardcore music, and then the metal scene never really kind of like came back together. There was a couple of metal shows, but nothing never really die hard, like 10 people at most at the show.
Yeah.
So far I've been working with a bunch of other band people and all that stuff to work on this event we're doing February 20th at Johnny V's called Metal Strikes Down 2, which is basically to bring out all the new metal that's coming out in the Bay Area. So it's kind of like
Bands that are exactly the same, all of them, so it's not going to be like the booking we get at the Blue Lagoon or like any of those other shows we have.
Well, it's hard to it's hard to put together a full metal show, and you know, like the Blue Lagoon and Santa Cruz. There's not
exactly
too many bands, and then even when you start kind of chopping up the genre, as far as speed metal, classic metal, hardcore, so it's hard to put together a nice fluid show.
Yeah.
Although it seems like there's some good new metal bands in San Jose and East Bay area.
Yeah.
But it seems like the metal bands that are really selling shows are all the old '80s
exactly.
They're coming back.
metal bands.
They need people to open for them when they're local,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they need us young punks. For
On New
something.
Year's, I saw Testament doing Ace of Spades and doing some good shit, helping out on Dio. Chuck Billy was out. It's pretty nice to see. But it's tough. I think it's probably tough all around for all different bands right now. Just pulling good crowds and stuff.
Yeah, if it was easy,
With the-
everybody would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like how
Yeah,
it sucks, because then when we have a good show, it really puts things in contrast. Like Johnny V's
Yeah.
that we played this month was insane.
Yeah.
People were like knocking over the PA,
Seriously.
swatting the mic while I'm singing into it. Like fools were like falling on stage.
It was
And then
crazy.
and those were the other bands. Like these aren't new people. Like these are the other bands and like their whole extended family. And then when we got off the stage,
It's
we
not
went out there
nuts.
and tore it up. I threw some of them on, just falling on the stage, disrupting. It really puts it in contrast compared to when you have like 3 people at your show that are like kind of like,
Yeah, just
They
watch
don't
it.
even want to be there.
Just
yeah.
So, what do you guys got besides the new CD? What's coming up in 2011? What's the
Everything.
goals?
We got new CD. We got
Some shows.
triggers on their way.
Triggers
That's
coming.
tax return, CD, triggers.
Blast beats.
Yeah.
Probably some stickers, some T-shirts. The usual low-end metal.
Plan
band
for a
stuff.
tour, or
Not with the bands that we can afford to tour with. But, if some magic happens and somebody really likes our album, and we get offered to tour with a real band, hell yeah.
what about labels? What label would you like to get picked up by?
I haven't really put much thought into it. It's not really about the label, Like, locally we have, like, Metal Blade. I don't know if Pinup's a label. But, really anything, as long as the offer's good. That's not...
Chris, you gotta know some names.
Roadrunner's a big one.
Yeah, Roadrunner's huge.
Century Media would be
Look
good
at
for
us.
you guys.
Yeah.
Century Media.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, we're not really shooting for that before we do our album. We're going to do the album completely band funded. We're not going to have any outside influence. We're just going to get in there and say what we want.
Do a
You
hell
guys
of a-
produce it yourself?
Yep, everything.
Just get an engineer while you're...
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Which are pretty sweet. So it'll be hot. New hotness. Make all the booties clap.
Right on, man. Well, thanks for coming out, you guys. Appreciate it. Making the trek over the hill and around the bend. Take it easy.
Thank you guys.